Welcome back. Today I have Julie visiting, and she has only been in New Zealand for 6 months. So I think this is our first guest that has been here for under a year. So Julie, where did you move from?
I moved from Massachusetts, Western Mass. I like to tell Kiwis, though, that I'm from Boston, but because they don't know where anything is. But so I actually grew up in Florida and then went to college in Massachusetts, and I lived in the Springfield area of Mass.
Okay.
So Western Mass.
I came from New Hampshire, but I also tell people I came from Boston because there's no way anyone knows where New Hampshire is.
Yep.
And even today, the person was unfamiliar with Boston, so then I go to New York City.
Yep.
And then, it's 6 hours from New York, which actually Queenstown is 6 hours from here, and people do that all the time.
Yep.
So it puts it into perspective, although without the New York City traffic. But yeah.
I tell people, I'm 3 hours north of New York and an hour and a half from Boston. So.
Yeah. So it makes it easier.
Yep.
But you grew up in Florida.
I grew up in Florida.
Okay.
Yep.
And then what brought you to New Zealand?
My husband. So my husband is a Kiwi. We met in the States. And he always, when we were dating, and we've been married almost 14 years. We've been together for 16. He always said, I'm going back home at point. At some point, I want to move home. Mm-hmm. And I have a bit of a travel bug anyway. And I always kind of saw myself as living not in the United States. So yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then it just so happened we had to save a bunch of money. My husband's just kind of a saver. And so we then decided this was kind of the right time. And then my house didn't sell. So my husband had to stay back because we have 2 kids. And we'd had this date planned. And then our house didn't sell, so he had to stay behind.
Oh, no.
And I moved with the kids.
Oh, wow. Okay. So how old are your kids?
13 and 11.
Oh, nice. That's pretty much the same as mine.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2 girls, 11, and 11, and the 13-year-old just turned 14, so I'm still in denial.
So my daughter just turned 13.
Nice.
Yeah.
And have they enjoyed the move?
It depends on the day.
Yeah.
It really depends on the day. So some days I would say yes, they love it. And then some days they're just a bit homesick.
Yeah.
I kind of expected that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, for sure. Did they have family close by back home?
No. So we were it was pretty much just like my husband and I and our kids.
Yeah.
I had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So I had that kind of core group. My mother passed away when I was a child. I don't have a lot of family around us. So actually coming here is easier because now I have my mother-in-law who is amazing.
Oh, right. So was your husband from Christchurch originally?
He's from Christchurch originally.
Okay.
Yep. He grew up in Halswell.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we have my father-in-law here as well. And my husband's mom passed away just before I met him, but his dad's remarried. And we actually had dinner with them last night for his dad's birthday. And yeah, so we have them, but my parents were super involved. Really involved. They're getting older, so it's getting better. It's probably more hard on my parents.
Yeah.
And so they're actually coming next week for the school holidays.
Oh, that's so nice.
It will be my dad's first time coming since I moved here.
And how long have you been here?
3.5 years.
Okay.
My mother came once, but they prefer to have us come home to them. So they're coming for the school holidays, and they're taking the kids up to do a North Island adventure.
Oh.
Yeah, because we haven't done a lot on the North Island.
We've done nothing.
Yeah, and I have done quite a bit on the South Island, but that was when I was working. I did work when I first got here, but it was because I came in 2021, and that's when there was a real shortage. So they were just taking anyone, even Americans, to work.
Yep.
So I could easily get a role. But I didn't like it. So then I left, and I probably shouldn't have left before I found something else.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I really need that adventure money.
Yeah.
And because I didn't move to New Zealand to sit in my house in Christchurch.
Same.
And not just a house,
Same.
a cold, dreary, drafty, tiny house.
You find it too cold here because we came at the end of winter last year, and we've been here for New Zealand winters. But because Mass and New Hampshire are so cold, I thought it was not bad.
No. It's not bad.
Okay.
But my house is
it's just
single glazed windows.
Oh.
So, and it's not there. It's an 80s house. So that was before they started building houses up to American standards.
Yeah.
So a lot of houses here, they're just not insulated well.
Yep.
Because they weren't doing that 20 years ago. And so I have felt colder here than I ever felt at home because it's a wet, damp cold.
Yep.
Where our winters are dry.
Dry,
Yeah.
but freezing.
Yeah, and I guess we're just more, our houses are, our buildings and stuff are more.
I will say we're really lucky because I'm renting my mother-in-law's like little house.
Oh, and it's newer?
No, it's just because of the earthquakes.
Oh.
She took some of that EQC money that she got.
Yeah.
'Cause she actually didn't have a lot of damage. She was really lucky. And so she did a lot to make it more she double glazed the windows.
Yeah.
She added some insulation. She even put like underflooring in
nice.
Insulation under the house.
Yes. So you're warm.
We're warm.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I can't complain.
Yeah, so I definitely don't wear my winter jackets that I wore back home, and we brought so much winter gear that we would never need.
Yeah.
So it's definitely I interviewed someone who was from Hawaii, and he said it was freezing here in the summer. And I said, oh yeah, you're just not built like us New Englanders.
No, my brother-in-law now lives in Singapore, and him and his partner, when they come, they usually come February, January, freezing.
Yeah.
They're freezing.
I think, some of us are more hardy than others. And he was saying, Kiwis are hardy. And I feel like my husband, the Kiwi, is wimpier than I am about the cold. But he doesn't have as much insulation as I do, I guess.
I just think if they haven't lived outside of this area, it is cold if you've never done New England cold.
Yeah, that's true. So do you want to talk about, do you want to work here?
Yes.
And how do you want to talk about any of how that experience has been? Because a lot of us have shared some struggles with that part of our journey.
Sure. So the hardest part is that somehow I'm either not qualified enough or I'm overqualified and I'm not getting any bites whatsoever. I've changed my CV. I've talked to recruiters, but even the recruiters are like, and I just don't know if it's the job market itself. And I think I come from a public background. So I worked just prior to moving here. I worked for a school district. Okay. Technically I worked in IT, but I was the person that would go to the schools and teachers and train them how to use computer applications.
Okay.
There are plenty of jobs in this area that have those titles and somehow not a bite.
Yeah. They just look for different things. Well, I don't usually have any bites at all, but I did have an interview today, but I could just tell pretty quickly I wasn't what they were looking for.
Yeah.
Because this happens and I'm either overqualified.
Yep.
Or I'm not qualified enough. And in the instance I'm not qualified enough, I generally don't get the interview. Yep. But I said I was able to get myself a Kiwi husband in less than a year, but I can't get a Kiwi to hire me. And so I said that is still going to be on my challenge bingo card.
Yeah.
Because, that's the real challenge here. Just my listeners do know that I have worked here before. I've been hired by someone from England, someone from Ireland, someone from Canada, and someone from Australia. So it still stands I haven't been hired by an actual Kiwi.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of was hired by a Kiwi, but it was because he was married to an American and he felt bad, I think. Well, not felt bad, but he could relate to me, because he was married.
Struggle.
He also said that American wife hated Christchurch and they moved to Auckland. So I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I did just get a job this week through a recruiter. Yeah. But it's part-time and it's contracts. It's only 16 weeks.
Yeah.
I hope that it leads to something else.
Yeah.
But I was so weird, so randomly. I've had no hits.
Yeah.
Monday, I look at my email after my very first day of just a couple of hours, and I have a job interview
at another place.
For a full-time permanent position. It was just like, oh, thank God, there's some money coming into my house.
I've been doing a lot of contract work too, and so it's just like, this is exciting. I guess though, most people want to get something more permanent. Yeah. And I don't know. You have a home, but we do have a house, and we've owned it for a long time. My husband's house was ruined in the earthquake, and so this house was bought when the earthquake ruined his other house. So his house was torn down, and we were living in America, and he was still paying a mortgage on it. And so then we didn't have the renter that was paying the mortgage.
Right.
So we rebought the house that we currently live in without ever seeing it. Didn't see it until we moved here, and it's just not good. It was rented for 10 years, but it's also too small for our family of 4.
Yep.
It's not in the location we want to be in.
Yep.
Just a ton of things. So we want to buy another house, but we can't get a mortgage. Well, we don't want to buy a house until we sell this house.
Sure.
Because we know too many people that sold the current house they live in and then
Can't
find something, or they settle for something that's not great. So I definitely don't want that pressure.
Yep.
I want to find the right thing, because
Yep.
you could go to auction on something and then, because I have,
Right.
and then it goes out of the water. They go way over what they said it was going to go for.
Yep.
So I want to get a mortgage, basically. Yeah, but I can't get one until I'm working, and contracts don't count.
That's what I don't understand. Everything is fixed termed.
Yeah.
Everything's a fixed term or a contract. And how does anybody afford or can purchase a house?
Yeah.
Because they want you need a permanent job.
So New Hampshire, and I don't know about Mass, but New Hampshire is a at-will state, so you can get fired for anything, basically. Obviously, you can't get fired for, discriminating kind of things, but if you mess up, you can get fired.
Right.
And New Zealand, it is impossible to fire people. Like, it's a long process for employers to get rid of someone. My husband, who's the Kiwi, said that's why everyone does contracts, because then, with the economy the way it is, and
but that's not fair, because
no, it's not fair.
So I want to stay in the public sector. I want a job at the city council. I want a job at the university. I want a job where I want a public job. That is my calling. That's my passion. Here I am applying to these jobs, and it's just because the fixed term ended. They want to keep that person, so they just have to put it out.
Yeah.
And it's not actually a real job.
Oh, because the public sector has to advertise a role, even if they're hiring from within.
Even if it's an internal hire.
Yes, but private does not have to. Yeah, private doesn't have to do that. Yeah.
But, I mean,
it's a wasted time. And it's wasted money as a taxpayer, because it costs money to put things in Seek.
You're telling me. Yes, but so that was the kicker. So I apply, because, in America, you don't apply on Indeed. God, you'll never get looked at. You apply on their website. So I did the same thing I did in the state, like you would do in the States here. No, at least in around here.
They want you to do it on Seek?
Yes. So that's what my recruiter told me. If it's not on Seek, it's not a real job. Mind blown.
Oh.
At least in the public side.
Because if you went to the city council website and saw a role listed, but it wasn't on Seek,
it's not real. They have to post it. So
they're not going to pay to post it.
Correct, because it's not a real position.
Throw it up on their website.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
I know.
But I think I don't want to work for government.
I mean.
No, I know. I think I have worked in a little bit of government here, to be honest. I did do a little bit. And I think there's you can have a lot of movement and move your way up within those organizations.
Also, titles throw me off. As an administrator, I'm thinking more boss level. Most of it's just secretarial work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need something for my sanity, because I can't sit at home all day.
No, it's awful.
And I can only walk so many trails by myself because I don't have friends yet.
I know. We were talking about that too, when you don't have job to meet friends. And then obviously if your kids are at school. So when my kids aren't in school, I can make them do whatever I want. But come do things with me. But while they're at school, you kind of
summer was great. We went to the beach.
Yeah.
We went on, I go grocery shopping. I can go for a walk by myself, but I mean, I can't get into my head too much, or I'm just going to be I don't know where to move to next, because I don't want to go back home.
Yeah.
But I'm, kind of lonely. It's lonely at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't have
and
friends
you're just
yet.
with your mother-in-law.
And my mother-in-law is amazing.
Yeah.
But she's a very active 80-year-old woman. The woman has a schedule like no other.
That's going to be me.
I love her for it. I love her that she's always do you have time to help me with this? She's like, let me look at my diary. And she's like, her schedule is crazy good. She's got lunch with some different groups every week.
That's
at least
amazing.
one lunch a week.
I love that.
I do
There's
too.
a friend of mine from the MBA. He's a gay Asian. He wants to come on. But I said, only Americans right now. Eventually he can, but we hang out. He did the MBA. He's finished. It was his birthday. There were like reasons, but we like went to high tea for his birthday at the Crown Plaza. And I was like, oh, we're ladies who lunch. But then we were like doing stuff in the daytime a lot. We went to Akaroa. And so, yeah, it was really funny. And then my daughter sometimes says, oh, can you like put on real clothes? You're always in athletic wear. I'm like, in some cultures, that would mean that I'm a woman of status. And she goes, but you're not. It's like, yeah. No.
Why are teens so mean?
I think luckily I have pretty thick skin about it. And I made a conscious choice not to get offended by teenagers because I was 100 times worse than her. Like when my husband's crying about how mean she is, I say, oh, she's got nothing on me. Like, be very grateful this is what we got because I was so worse. And she delivers it so dry and honestly, like I don't even think she's trying to be mean, but I'm also very honest, like to a fault.
Yeah.
So she might have accidentally learned that from me.
Oh, my daughter's 100% me, which makes it 100% worse.
Yeah.
I don't want me to be mirrored back.
No, it's the worst. My younger one is even more me sometimes. And my husband has so much patience with her. So he's like, well, I've had
some practice.
Like 18 years of training. So what do you miss about the U.S.?
At the moment, food.
So
pizza. I want pizza.
Yeah.
So badly. And American Chinese food.
Yes, like there's so much Asian food here, but it's not that type of Chinese food.
It's not like bad. You like know it's not real Chinese food, but it's
when I think of like Chinese food, I think of I've never really liked Chinese food in general, but the one thing I did like was a crab rangoon, a good one.
Yeah.
But what about, speaking of Asian food, like do you eat sushi?
I don't like sushi.
Okay, so you're not missing out on anything.
No.
Because it's not good here.
And yet everybody eats it.
Because it's chicken teriyaki on rice.
I
and
couldn't
they call
understand
it sushi.
that. Okay, so I saw that and I was like, maybe it's just to get the people like me who don't eat.
It's mayonnaise
sushi.
And chicken. Do you think that New Zealand loves mayonnaise?
They love aioli.
Yeah.
The love affair. I like aioli, but
Okay.
the love affair, when you go into the sauce aisle at the grocery store, the amount of aioli, the different kinds of aioli, it's like...
I've never liked mayonnaise or foods that wiggle. That's just a thing. Jell-O, pudding, mayonnaise. Like I've never liked it, but I do make my own mayonnaise because apparently I can make it with a better texture. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, my daughter and I went to a restaurant. I think it was in Kaikoura. We were camping.
Yep.
And we went and did a whole day walk. And then we might have been camping in our van. But when I do that kind of thing, I'll take you to a nice dinner. Mm-hmm. If we camp in the tent or the van, we'll go to a nice dinner or something. So we went to this place. We just get a bunch of appetizers, or what do they call it here? Entree. Entree is appetizer. So it's very confusing. Yes.
I thought it was a starter.
Okay, they either call it a starter or an entree, and then the main is the main. They call it main. So in America, we have like appetizer, then
the main.
Entree.
Entree. Yeah.
So entree here is the small part. Sometimes they call it starter too. But so we just share a bunch of appetizers / starter, whatever.
/ entrees, yep.
And everything we got, nothing had business having mayonnaise on it. But every single thing. And then there were blobs of it, like as a decor. No, just like pretty on the plate. Well, pretty, like just blobs of mayonnaise. And so we don't remember the name of that restaurant. We just call it mayonnaise. Like we were like, the review for this restaurant is mayonnaise lovers. What is going on? Yeah. And it makes me gag, so I'm even worse about it. But
my kids hate mayonnaise. So every time we go, and we don't go out to eat very often.
Yeah.
But my kids are like, no sauce on my sandwich, please. And they're like, nothing? My kids are like, no mayonnaise.
No
like,
mayonnaise, yeah.
No aioli, whatever white creamy nastiness.
No.
I actually don't mind the sauces, but my kids are not having it.
Do they like fish and chips?
Absolutely not.
No.
And that's my fault, I will admit, because because as a child, we ate a lot of fish sticks or fish fingers.
Oh, yeah.
And the ones in the States are terrible.
Yeah.
And I didn't have good fish, but by then my brain has already like fish is bad.
Yeah.
Unless it's tuna fish in a can.
Yeah.
And then flavored tuna fish here is weird.
Yeah. I don't like that, but
I
my
only get
husband
the spring
sometimes,
water
like,
ones.
you know, same. But the whole aisle of flavored tuna fish. It's
Favorite
like
tuna fish.
aisles and not aisles, rows, whatever.
Rows.
Of flavored, yeah.
Like a whole, like.
My husband brought home something the other day and it was olive oil.
Ooh.
And I was like, what is this?
That's the
we
kind-
only get plain.
Yeah.
And he said, well, they were out of plain. I'm like,
But you don't buy the tuna fish.
but there's like Thai
Thai
tuna.
chili.
Yeah.
There's a lemon and pepper. My mother-in-law she gave me some and I was like,
Yeah. Like I can put my
breath.
own pepper and lemon in it if I choose to.
yeah.
Because it's actually not just lemon and pepper. Like I'm an ingredient reader. It is sugar or like canola oil. It's tons of other like
Can't do
starch, like cornstarch. Like there's 55 ingredients in those flavored tunas. Just so you know. Like
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm never going to touch them.
yeah. And
Tuna and water. Sorry.
even bread, like when I was here 20 years ago, my husband would get this like fresh bread with like 3 ingredients in it.
Yeah.
And now even the bread here, it's really processed. They've Americanized it.
I don't think it is processed, but I don't think it's as bad as American bread.
No, is it not? Okay. Because I used to get them pretty good bread, but that's when I didn't have to watch our budget on groceries. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, my budget on groceries is a lot lower.
So because we just moved here, we're still using our American credit cards.
You're still in the we
I'm in
talked
that
about
sweet
this.
spot.
We all loved our first year here. We had the American year too. That's when we did a lot of the traveling, a lot of the
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Yeah.
And
So we're in that sweet spot,
yeah.
but
because your husband's still
it's still in the States. So he's still making money in the States.
Yes,
Not
yes,
great
yes,
money because
yes.
he's a university professor, but
yes, but still that conversion rate is good.
it's good.
Yes.
And so I just put everything on the credit card
Yeah.
and he just pays it off every month. But I went grocery shopping yesterday, $200. I got 3 bags worth of food
Yeah.
and it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
I've got an 11-year-old boy. I think he's hitting a growth spurt.
Yeah.
He eats everything. It makes me cry.
I went to the produce store today and I got a lot because we haven't really had much all week. We have an orchard, so we have tons and tons
you're
of
so
apples.
lucky.
But now like no one wants to eat apples. I brought you some today, by the way. Don't let me forget to give them to
thank
you. So have you been here for when strawberries are like
When I got here, strawberries were $10.99
Yeah,
for
okay.
250 grams,
Yeah.
and I was about to pass out.
Yes, because you came in the end of winter.
I did.
So you've lived through the scarcity
The scarcity.
of food.
Where
Yeah.
one red pepper, which I can't ever remember its New Zealand's name.
Capsicum.
Capsicum.
Yeah.
Nope. Still can't remember it. It's red pepper. I think it was like $4.
Yeah. Have you had a Fajoya?
I haven't had one yet. My daughter and I just talked about maybe picking up one.
They taste like perfume.
Oh
But
God.
Kiwis love them. Love them.
If they taste like perfume,
To me, they do. So give it a try. Just buy one.
we were only going to buy one because my kids are picky eaters.
Yeah.
And, well, I will say they're neurodivergent, so that's where we get our
Yeah.
little spiciness when it
Yeah.
comes to foods. Then we'll just tell you, he's like, I don't like certain things because it doesn't taste the same each time I eat it. And that inconsistency.
Yeah.
He's finally at the age where he can tell you about it. So
Yeah.
he's like, he doesn't say the word inconsistency yet. He's like, but that's why I don't like strawberries or I don't like blueberries.
Yeah.
Because one time it tastes good and the next one will be bad.
Have you found that schools are able to meet them where they're at?
Academically, my kids are fine.
Yeah.
They're, on the spectrum of like neurospiciness. They're not as, I don't think it's mattering, at least academically, for
Because
them.
there's not a lot of resources in the public
There
schools.
isn't.
It's not like they have, like in our school district back home, we had OT and PT, speech therapy, reading specialists. Like my daughter could go because she was a COVID first grader.
Yep.
And so she was getting reading help there. And I mean,
Yep.
it was fabulous, free, everything. And no, they didn't have that here.
But the difference, I think, is the pacing.
Yeah.
So for like my daughter who was struggling in US and Massachusetts schools, because Massachusetts pace is just crazy
very
fast.
vigorous, yeah.
So rigorous. She was falling further and further behind in certain subjects because of the pacing. And there's no amount of intervention is going to help when that mindset is now, I am dumb because I have to be pulled out of class.
Okay, yeah. My kid loved being pulled out.
Oh no,
Yeah.
my kids, maybe because they're somewhere on that spicy, neuro spiciness, they absolutely do not want any extra attention to show that they
Yeah.
are different. But I think for like my daughter, the pacing has been much better.
Yes.
And for my son, it's been a mixed bag because in some ways it's almost too easy, but in some areas, because he hates like art, he has not a creative bone in his body.
Okay.
Very analytical, very like engineer. Think of an engineer.
Yeah.
That's my son.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely struggling when it's like
art time.
And he's got a teacher who loves art this year.
Oh.
And he's like, this week, for example, he had to work. They're doing some Maori culture like unit.
Yeah.
And so they had to make little like people.
Oh. Wait, was he doing it at school or at home?
School.
Okay, so he didn't have to take it home.
God, no.
No.
And that's a nice thing too. No homework.
No. But
So
now my
nice.
daughter is in high school and still no homework. And that actually is annoying me because I would like her to have a focus. She does do sports, but the nights that she's just sitting there goofing off, I'm like, oh, I wish she had homework. And I don't want her to be stressed about it, but I want just a little, like, you know what my ideal, and I've told the teachers this and they laugh and they're like, we're not ever going to do that here. That's in primary and high school. Assign a book to read. Because then it's not stressful. I mean, these are kids that already know how to read.
Yeah.
You know, it just gives them, because when I tell them to read a book,
I have one reader and one non-reader.
I have two non-readers. And not because they can't, because they just can't find the right thing to get into, allegedly. And I mean, I force reading and I hate having to force it. So if a teacher forced it, you just, you know, in school when you were growing up in America, like we had to read like Huckleberry Finn and the Scarlet one.
The Scarlet Letter, Wuthering Heights. I definitely did Wuthering Heights. I read on my own because I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
Jane Eyre.
Okay.
I read Little Women.
Yeah.
I just don't give my daughter the classics.
I wouldn't have read all those classics, or I wouldn't have read for fun if I wasn't forced to. And granted, now they could just AI it and Google it and look it up and get a Cliff's Note version. But
I mean, we had Cliff's Notes.
Yeah, that you had to buy at a bookstore.
What? You didn't have the right friends if you had to buy them at the... No. I would just go. I'd have my parents take me to like Barnes and Noble.
And take photos of it? No, we didn't have cameras. We didn't have phones.
No, I didn't have phone. I'm like an old millennial. I'm like early 80s
I didn't have a phone
baby.
either. I didn't have a phone.
No, I didn't have a phone. I would just write... I would sit there for... My parents would just...
you would just hang out at the bookstore.
I told you I'm a nerd, so it was not like weird for me to like go to the bookstore and like my parents were like, here's your quarter. Call us when you're ready to be picked up.
From the payphone?
Yeah. Outside the Barnes and Noble.
Well, we didn't have a Barnes and Noble that close to us that I could get dropped off and picked up.
This is Florida, so there's always something in Florida.
Yeah. But...
Or I just borrowed my friends.
Yeah.
And most of the time I actually read the book.
Yeah, you were definitely not reading Cliff's Notes when you went to the Barnes & Noble. You were reading.
I would go with the intention of Cliff noting it, and then I was like, you know what? There's like a whole section of books that I just want to...
Yeah. That's so funny. I actually can almost remember... Now, I forgot about that memory, but now that you bring it up, I remember going to a Barnes & Noble or Borders or something...
Yeah.
As a teenager and seeing people sitting on beanbags reading books. And I was like, is that allowed? You're allowed to just read it for free?
Listen, books are not cheap. Books here are not cheap.
Oh, hell no. When my mom comes over next week, she's bringing some books that my daughter wants. I ordered them on Amazon and shipped them to her house for like $5.
Yeah.
But no, I just got a book from the library yesterday. I've been on the wait list for 2 months. 2 months, and they messaged and said it was finally in.
Do you use Libby? Do you use the like library app?
No, I need a real book with paper.
Oh, you're one of those.
You know why? Because, well, I'm not currently working, but when I was working, I'm at a desk on a computer all day.
I am too, but I still...
Okay, yeah, for some reason, my eyes just really strain.
I get them blue light blockers.
I do have them. I don't know. I'm too nostalgic.
I mean, I read incredibly quickly. I can buzz through a book like a day.
What? Like a whole chapter book?
Oh, yeah. Like 300-400 pages. If given the opportunity, this is what have you been doing, Julie, for 6 months? Reading.
Yeah.
So I go through books so fast that I need things like a book subscription or a library app.
Yeah. No, I don't go through them. I was in a book club back home and we met every month.
Yep.
So it was one book a month.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was still finishing it the day we were meeting.
I just joined a book club.
Oh, here?
Here, yeah.
An in-person
book club at my kids' school. Because, again, I have nothing else to do with my time.
This is a great way to meet people.
I had been volunteering to go on like these, a lot more here in New Zealand, school trips.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah, I do too. I love seeing those little kids I go to school with.
Yeah.
and the different personalities. My kids
Yeah.
have kids from 54 different countries at their school.
Oh, lucky. So we're in a location that's pretty Kiwi.
Yeah, Kashmir. My friend, a lot of the Americans are there, and they said it's
that's where we're heading.
predominantly white people.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're at where kids at primary school. They're pretty all white.
So we're 7 minutes from here.
Okay.
Well, before all this road work came in, I was 7 minutes from here. Now it takes me 12. But it's 2.5 miles for me to run here. Oh, because I'm doing the Christchurch half marathon next week.
Good for you.
Yeah, but I'm not really a runner. I did a half marathon in October, but I did it remote. So I did it in Hagley Park, but it was back home. Yep. So I did the distance and it was hard as hell.
Yeah.
But now my mom is coming to do the Christchurch marathon, so she signed me up. I was like, you better sign me up.
She's doing the marathon? Or she's doing the half?
I think she's now going to do the half, but she was thinking about doing the whole. So I think she's doing the half now, but she runs. Like she's
My husband's a runner.
Ugh, yuck. Look,
I'm not.
When I did it, well, when I tell people I'm running it, they look at me like, okay, lady.
No, like it'll be.
But I'm very slow. But when I
did
the training the first time, I went from zero running to running the half 13.1 miles in 5 weeks. I was able
5 weeks.
Yes, I did it in 5 weeks, and I was trained. It was like I was really, really focused on it.
Yeah.
Then I didn't run at all since October.
Yeah.
So I started training for this again. No, I'm not gaining the same momentum. I'm not feeling
because you know how hard it is now. It's like you know how hard it is to run.
I think my brain was like, I did it once, I can do it again. So I wasn't sticking to the training schedule.
Yeah.
And, like today was raining, so there's my excuse. Last time when it was raining, I still went out and did it.
Yeah.
It was like rain. I can deal with rain. Today I'm like, oh, no, I'll go to Pilates instead. And I told the Pilates lady I was going to run, and she looked like she was also concerned for my safety.
My husband has the misfortune of meeting me and started dating me when my one running kick in my life was going on.
Oh, so
I think my husband is an avid runner. He has already signed up for the Dunedin half, and he's already talked about doing that's in September, and he's talking about maybe switching that to the full.
Yeah.
He runs half marathons for fun every week.
Oh.
He's that kind of runner. He's in a running club here in Christchurch. He's been for years because we would come visit every year prior to us moving. Yeah, he's in
I don't want to run with other people, I decided. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do on this race day with all those people. Like, I'm starting to not like the idea of it.
No, I think you'll find that actually is better because you're going to find someone. You're going to find two people. You're going to find the person in front. Listen, as the wife of a runner, I'm just the spectator. You're going to find the person that you're like, I got to keep up with this person. As long as this person stays in front of me, I can keep my pace. And then you're going to find the poor schlub who's dying. Right next to you.
That's me.
No, but you're going to find your person for that day. And you'll be good.
Because all these other people are training at Hagley Park on Sundays,
Are you
I go out there, and then last week I got behind this guy and he was going real slow, and I was like, I like this guy's pace. And I stayed behind him, and I could have passed him.
Do you do the park run on Saturday mornings?
I do nothing with other people. This is my solo thing. I go out and do it solo, but there's just other people there.
Yeah.
So more than half, 99% are flying by me. But I found this poor schmuck who was like keeping a pace I really respected, you know?
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to push it. Yeah. He was just putzing around. And so I'm like, I'm going to stay right behind him. So then we were both getting passed. Yeah. And I thought I could probably overtake him, but nah, why would I? This is a good pace. I think I can, I can handle this. And when he had headphones in, but when the people that don't have headphones in, and especially if I'm on the street and I come up behind them and they turn around and look at me, startled because I must be huffing and puffing so hard that they're terrified.
They're in their brain. My husband is one of those people who does.
Is he a big breather?
He's not a big breather. He just doesn't listen to anything. If the only time he listens, no music.
He just does that.
Sometimes he puts on podcasts about running.
No.
No, it's serious. And I love him so much because I can't do it. And I've said to him, like, how can you run for 2.5 hours? He's like, I just think about things. And I'm like,
I actually do have an annoying friend like that who I ran the other marathon with. Like, he was in New Hampshire and I was here.
Yeah.
And he doesn't listen to music either when he runs. And he says he's training to do this one with me too, but he is also struggling. But he also finished the half marathon. He won like second place for his age group. And I think it was like an hour and 20 minutes or so. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Maybe not that fast. It was fast for me. Way faster than me. And he doesn't use music either. And I just think that's sick. Like, because I listen to music and I think about my thoughts. I'm doing it all. I need every distraction that exists.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I've only had one running era.
Yeah.
But when I did, I had to have music, and because again, very much a nerd, I was like paying attention to tempo, and I would have to do it like certain like beats per minute to make sure I tried to keep. And then at the time, so this is like what, mid 2000s, Madonna had like not a well-known song, but it's called 4 Minutes.
Oh.
And it's exactly 4 minutes long.
Oh, it does sound familiar. I'm going to have to add it to my running playlist.
So I used to put it at the beginning of my 4 minutes. Like, this is my 4 minute warm up and this is my 4 minute cool down. It's got, I think Justin Timberlake might be on
I'm writing it down right now because my running playlist needs some extra stuff on it because I'm getting sick of it.
It's 4 minutes.
Okay.
So it's like, I just got 4 minutes and I was like, it was always like,
is there words to it?
There is. But like the beginning has something about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And I used to just be like, okay, the song is 4 minutes long. I can do anything for 4 minutes.
The songs that really give me a pep in my step are 80s and 90s stuff. Like, there's like one from St. Elmo's Fire. And it comes on and you can see on like the Spotify screen, it shows St. Elmo's Fire.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then I went and watched that movie recently because the song kept coming on the playlist. And I don't know, it just put a pep in my step.
Can't think of what song. You know what? I'll just ask my husband. He's a bit of a 80s music nerd.
Also, he's listening to podcasts. So.
On running for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I admire him because I just can't.
Do your kids run with him ever?
No.
No.
His greatest life goal would to have a child
that likes to run. You do those yet?
No.
We did the jet boats 2 years ago.
Did you do
the Hamner one?
The Hamner one?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I feel like I was actually more excited about it than my kids. But
I feel like that's how everything is at the moment with my kids. They don't want to do anything. I'm like, let's go do this. And I think it's just the age, but they want to do nothing.
My younger one went bungee jumping in Queenstown for her 10th birthday.
You can go bungee jumping?
Yes, you have to be 10. So we were down visiting my sister-in-law and she was 9. And she goes, okay, when I turn 10, I'm coming back to do this. And it was literally, her cousins came from America, whose dad is also a Kiwi, but he lives in America. And so she did it with one of her cousins, only one wanted to do it. And it was like a day after she turned 10. She was so excited.
My 13-year-old will totally do it. I will do it just because I have a little bit of an adrenaline junkiness. I'm also petrified of heights, so I like to just, I think.
Yeah. I went up to watch and just like looking off. I'm like,
I know my husband would never.
No.
I also want to do that, like, what is it, zorbing?
Oh, I think I would throw up in the ball.
I think I would too I think at my age now I would.
Yeah. And that same child who loved bungee jumping, she throws up every single time we go over the hill because of car sickness. So she wanted to do that. And it's in the North Island. And
the zorbing?
Yeah. Or is there one down here too?
I thought there was one.
Oh, maybe there's one down here too. Well, there's one in the North Island close to where my parents are taking the kids. And I told my mom and she goes, no. She knows her motion sickness problem. She's like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But they're going to go on the glowworm caves, which is up there.
I thought that was on the West Coast too, the glowworm caves. There is one.
There is a tiny little glowworm walk on the West Coast, but it's not the caves. It's like, it's not as
nice as the ones on the North Island. Okay.
No, because we did that. But these caves, you actually go in a boat. Ooh. And it's really cool. And Allison, she did 6-hour tour.
There's no way my kids would tolerate a 6-hour tour.
No, my mom was like, I'm not doing that. But they did a really intense one, and she loved every second of it. But it was her and her husband. They didn't have kids. But yeah, she was showing me all the photos. And I just think, have you ever seen glowworms before? No, it's just such a cool concept.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you remember fireflies when you were younger?
Yeah, definitely. You can still get them in Mass.
Okay. I don't know why I don't see them in New Hampshire. But do you see them often?
No.
Because I remember as an adult, just thinking, I can't remember the last time I saw a firefly.
As a kid, there were tons.
Right.
And mind you, I grew up in Florida, so it was really when I would go up to Mass to like, visit like my grandparents. There was always fireflies.
Okay.
But
you saw them as adults, but not, or as
yeah, I live in a really rural part of like Western Mass.
Okay.
So
maybe.
They just like hanging out in my yard.
Maybe I wasn't outside at nighttime enough as an adult. Maybe that's the problem.
I mean, I don't like being outside in the dark. Mosquitoes. Okay, so 2 things in America that I will never miss: mosquitoes and ticks.
Oh yeah, the tick.
Lyme disease.
When
absolutely
I
petrified.
Walk through the long grass here.
Can't.
And like might have a picture or video on social media. People are like, what about ticks? I'm like, we don't have that. Apparently, I've said that on social media enough times, and New Zealand people have called me out. There are some ticks here, but I mean, come on. Like, I have never, in New Hampshire, every day we had
You couldn't go into your yard without getting a tick on you. My husband has like chronic Lyme disease from it.
Oh, no.
My daughter's gotten Lyme disease twice. Because you see the bullseye, nice little bullseye rash.
Yeah.
And both times, I think she was just hanging out in our yard.
Yeah. Do you want to know a little secret about Lyme? We don't have it, knock on wood, but because Kiwis don't really know about it, there's an apothecary over in, it's like an herb shop, but they're really strict. Like, you have to tell them what you're getting something for. And I know herbs. I have a background in it. So I'm like, I want to have cat's claw on this. Like, can I have some of this? And they're like, what's it for? Who's it going to be for? And I'm like, well, my daughter has Lyme. And it's like a lie. I just say that because they can't question me. Because they don't know what, they don't know what it's used. They don't know. It's just I think they've heard of it. I'm like, when she has a flare up from her Lyme, this is what our doctor back home had us do. Which isn't true. It just, I like it for, like, they're just, I don't know. It's like, I've never had a store like that drill you so hard for why you want to buy something. And it's not, you don't need a prescription.
Speaking of weird things that you need a prescription for, hydrocortisone cream.
Really?
Yeah. Have you not need?
Oh, do you know what else? Melatonin.
Yeah, that too is annoying.
I don't really use it.
I don't use it, but every once in a while.
But I like to have it on hand for plane rides.
Yep.
Like a very little bit, like even like 1 milligram. Yeah. And actually for COVID, when we had it in America, that was really helpful for COVID. And it actually ended up becoming recommended to help you recover. And I don't think it was even just for the sleep. I think it was because of the other medicinal whatever benefits of it. It's a hormone. So it must have been depleted.
Every once in a while when you cannot sleep and you've been laying in bed for 6 hours and you have to get up. Yeah. Or you didn't sleep and now you're on night 2 and now your brain is still not going.
So people get it confiscated. They bring it here and it gets taken away at the border.
Oh, ours didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you choose to.
I mean, it was a brand new bottle. I made my husband bring me some. Yeah. It's just to sit in the cupboard.
And it's like $5. Like, that's the thing. Actually, this lady I worked with here, she had me bring her some back 2 years ago, and then I don't even see her or work with her at nothing. I'd never see her anymore. And when I was just home for Christmas, she messaged me. She's like, hey, while you're in America. No, she didn't sound like that. But I was like, I'm the dealer of melatonin. Yeah.
I had my husband bring me like the biggest bottle of Advil. Or like, or
because they don't have Advil.
Well, they do have Advil here. Actually, I had him bring Motrin, well, generic Motrin.
Yeah.
And Aleve because, well, you can only buy like 10 tablets at a time. I just wanted the 200.
Oh, like a blister pack.
They only get the blister packs here, so I wanted like the bottle.
Yeah.
Of like 200.
Yeah.
Am I going to use 200 anytime soon? Probably not.
No, but like it's good. Like it's this mentality when you're in America, when you know you can't get something here. You should see the shit that I bring back from America just because I'm like, well, I can't get it from America. Can't get it.
Ranch dressing powder.
I better get it. Oh, yeah, I've seen that
Onion soup mix. Because my daughter just had a birthday, my best friend
shipped you onion soup mix.
She sipped my daughter. My daughter wanted because she's so bougie, an Owala water bottle. And
which are not here.
Nope.
But they're at Walmart.
Target, yep.
Yeah.
And so my best friend was like, oh, what does your daughter want for her birthday? And it's like, really like it's her niece. And I said, oh, well, if you really want to like get her something, get her this water bottle.
Did she ship it?
She shipped it.
How much did it cost to ship?
$135. Mind you, she put in for me onion soup mix, Lipton onion soup mix.
Yeah.
Powdered ranch dressing, because I wasn't sure if I could get the bottles of good ranch, like the Hidden Valley.
Yeah.
My son asked for Airheads, so she didn't buy like a little pack. She bought like the Costco size box of Airheads.
Yeah.
Some peanut butter M&Ms, And then my daughter's birthday present, which was the water bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, and Drunk Elephant bronzing drops.
Yeah.
Because again, she's
A teenager.
And that stuff is $90 here.
Yeah, I know. Well, like
And it was-
my daughter has an obsession with water bottles in general.
Oh,
Like,
and she sent me my Stanley because I would never buy a Stanley in a million years, but my birthday just happened.
Okay.
So she bought me a Stanley.
nice. Well,
yeah,
now they
$135
have Stanleys here, but it took a long time for them to get here, and they're very expensive,
Yeah.
like crazy.
There was a Starbucks collab one. I happened to be in Starbucks the other day for something, and it was $100, $110, and I was like, never.
Well, guess my daughter just wanted Birkenstocks, which she has a pair of pink ones from America that she got, but she thought that she could wear the black ones as part of her uniform in term 1 and 4 for summer. So, because she's in high school, so they have to wear very specific black dress shoes. Like it's one shoe, like that's what they can wear. And she goes, oh no, but in term 1 and 2, you can wear black Birkenstocks. And so she wanted them for her birthday in March, and they were $265 here. And so I got them. Well, guess what? Only Islanders can wear that. Like the Samoans and stuff.
Yep.
And so she can't wear them. And I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't have gotten black, Yeah. And so she's like, no, it's okay. I'll keep. She wanted to keep them, but that was painful. Those same shoes at home would be like $110.
The price difference.
But if you do the conversion,
and
it's
take
not away
so bad.
the GST because GST is 15%. But in New Hampshire, we don't have sales tax.
But see, in Mass, we were like at 8%, so whatever.
You're already used to that. So if you do the conversion,
It's usually not bad.
It's not, but I'm no longer allowed to do a conversion because I'm solely on New Zealand dollars at this point. So for me, that is $265 from a non-existent paycheck.
I just want Aldi, like from a grocery standpoint, when we circle back to like grocery and food.
Oh, yeah.
I would love an Aldi.
So my brother-in-law is a Kiwi.
Yeah.
And he's going to listen to this podcast and he's going to be annoyed because now on every single episode after
everybody talks about Aldi.
Well, the first episode I didn't ask about food at all. Oh. And he's like, what I really would have liked to hear about is the food. And I'm like, I'll tell you why we don't talk about that. So each episode I now ask people about the food scene here. Hasn't been positive. So do you want to touch on what your favorite food is here?
Do I have a favorite food?
Is there anything that you just love that you would like write home about New Zealand food? So just to give you a heads up, like he's the Kiwi, but he's been in America for 20 something years.
Yeah.
We have to bring him Waddy's tomato sauce. I don't understand. We don't even use that here. We live here and we don't use Waddy's
What do you
tomato
just use
sauce.
regular? Do you just buy the Heinz ketchup that you can get here?
I think so.
So
something similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I actually do get the low sugar one because I am a little like, I just don't think we have to have extra sugar and condiments, but that's like that's a personal thing, like keeping my kids off the crack.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
And so if I can, I'll try to get condiments without sugar, but because they're eating all this other stuff. So I'm like, where can I like pick and choose?
Yeah.
So, and one of my kids has become a complete junk food junkie since we moved here.
Really?
Oh yeah. And it's the independence. Like she can just stop at the dairy after school. They all go to the dairy and they buy all those lollies, like all that. No. Okay. Just so before we moved to New Zealand, my kids had never had KFC. They'd only had McDonald's once. They hadn't had Doritos and Pringles and soda. My daughter now, with her pocket money, I find it. She's not good at hiding it. All the wrappers I find of Coca-Cola, like all this stuff that when we lived at home, I'd control. Like I didn't buy that, and it's not like they were walking to a dairy because we also lived rural.
Yeah.
So. No, they like love all the shit that I never bought. They're older and they're like, so other friends are eating it too, but also they're just out and about in the world, like they're walking by dairies and my older one's taking the bus to the mall with her friends. Yep. And they just love like Pringles.
Pringles are garbage here and they're smaller.
Do they taste different?
They don't taste, they're not as salty as the ones in the States.
So I told my daughter, she had them the other day, and I'm like, just give me one of those. And I was like, I don't know. They just have a weird aftertaste to me. They like taste like a chemical.
Do you know what's funny? So Doritos here, to me.
Oh, different?
Different than the US. Taste like 90s, because I grew up on all that junk food, tastes like 90s Doritos from the States. But it doesn't taste like the Doritos in the States now. There's so much more chemicals in the state ones.
Than the ones here?
Believe it or not.
So you're letting me have you're giving me like some solace that like my kids are at least having a less chemical version.
They're having 90s versions of Doritos. And I don't know if I've had Cheetos here since we moved.
Yeah.
There's not I mean, my kids will not eat chicken flavored chips.
Oh, I actually, at first I thought that was repulsive. That's another thing. I never even ate chips at home. Like, I just wasn't a chip person. Now I feel like we're always buying chips because they're like on sale on the end rack.
All the time.
Yeah. And like all of a sudden we're like chip people. And I was like, what the heck? I never ate chips.
Chips still in my house is a bit of a treat.
Yeah.
But since moving here, because there's just things that
they're cheap.
They're cheap. And also because I have to make lunches every day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't make, my kids have to make lunches.
Yeah,
I don't make them.
But like not having school lunch. Yeah.
Because in Mass, we stopped to have like my tax dollars paid for free lunch every day.
For everyone.
Every kid.
Yeah.
It was glorious for the last 3 years.
We had free lunch during COVID.
Yep.
And I'm actually, because we moved during COVID, I'm not even sure if maybe in New Hampshire they still do it too.
I don't know if they kept it, but Mass did.
Okay.
So we kept it. It's been the best thing ever. I never had to.
Yeah.
Now it's a fight.
And I think about that too, because then
there's an equity issue.
No one knows who's getting free, and like, everyone's just getting it. So
and don't even get me started with New Zealand and their lunch and the comments online
about free lunch.
About have you seen like the whole like they cheapened the lunches for the schools that are underprivileged, that have a lot of children that are underprivileged, and they had to bring in lunches. How it was like a complete disaster.
So very few schools get this free lunch program, or get a lunch program and full stop. Because my school, they
doesn't.
Do not
Mine
provide.
Doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. So some schools, I was confused about this because I'm like, what school has free lunch? But
more
then
I think on the North Island.
Okay.
But like when you're listening to these stories, like they're coming to school frozen, or they're not coming to school at all, or they're like 2.5 hours, like way past lunchtime when the kids
because there's no actual cafeteria.
No cafeterias. But just the fact that what was just to me disturbing was people online commenting on like a news article saying, back in my day, like these parents are so lazy for not making their kids lunches. How about we all go look at the grocery store, because I'm paying $200 a week.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to buy healthy choices.
Yeah.
But when bananas are $3.59 a kilo.
Yeah. I don't even know what a kilo is, but
so
I know it's expensive.
It's expensive. It's 2 pounds, but you know, you're still paying $6 for a bunch of bananas that are either going to go rotten in your house or they're going to get eaten in one day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
because
struggles.
They just like people put it's so funny because look at from Americans' perspective, if we cut out the school lunch program, I mean, geez, like that would be a nightmare. And then here they're doing it in the small capacity that they can for schools that really need it, for kids who really need it, and then everyone's complaining. And also, not like the cost to make the lunch, but I was just this is what I was thinking about, because our school definitely has low income families. And I was asking my daughter, I'm like, you're telling me no kid comes to school without food? So I don't know.
I just wonder if they hide. So like my kids, they're definitely noticing that there's some kids that seemingly don't come to school every day, and they're always begging other kids for like, food. Can I have that snack?
Okay. Yeah.
Can I have that?
Yeah.
And so, and it's not like, and so my kids like, they can't trade with me. I don't trade. And sometimes I want to be like, I think they're hungry.
Yeah.
I don't think their parents have the money.
When I volunteer at school stuff and I bring like grapes, and I was coaching a sport and I brought oranges because that was so American. You bring orange slices to sport events.
I can't believe you did that. It's so expensive to have oranges.
I know, my husband was like, I think they were in season at that point. They were in season when I was doing them, but and my team wasn't that big, but my daughter's like, don't bring the fruit, bring the lollies. All the teachers do lollies. I'm like, they all do lollies because it's cheap. I'm bringing the orange slices. And 2 kids came up. They're like, I told my mom how you do this, and they just think that's wonderful. And every single slice would be eaten. Or I'd bring grapes for me and my kid at a field trip. And everyone's like, oh my God, grapes.
Because they're $10.
Yeah. And I was like, I can't turn down a kid that when he wants fruit. I just can't do it.
No.
I'm like, yeah, take it all. It's okay. I don't need it. And this is a little bit of a joke where I actually will give my last dollar to someone in need. Not really our last dollar. It might be my last dollar in my personal little pocket. Not our family's last dollar, but my husband is a Kiwi who's very, very frugal.
Same.
And he's a saver as well. Like,
Same.
I mean, he would never buy a coffee out at a coffee shop. And I'm like,
okay, we're married to the same person.
Hell yeah, I will. Like, even if it's my last $5, I'm buying that coffee.
Same.
Yeah. So this is why when I'm not working, he just transfers money into my account every week, like my budget. And but I legit would give my last dollar to someone who needed it because I'm like, well, I know I have food at home in the cupboard. Like they might not. And so far, the universe watches out for me and they'll have my back. I'll get something back in return. So I don't know, like just have a super soft spot for a child who literally lights up like they've never seen fruit before. Yeah. I can't deny it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's funny because my kids are like, oh, don't be that annoying parent. And then they actually love it.
Yeah.
And then my kids are like, oh, I guess you were right.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm always telling my kids. Like, you do not know what's happening. Even if the kid is kind of being a jerk at school.
Yes.
I don't know, and you don't know what it's like in their house. And you don't know what the life they're living outside of school is. So just be kind.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, exactly. You just never know what other people are dealing with. And if people are little jerks, they're learning that from somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
We're
not born like that.
No.
For the most part. Maybe I was born a little feisty.
Sarcasm is really hard here.
Yeah.
People couch jokes in a cruel way that I sort of think we sort of gone away from in the U.S.
A professor yesterday, I don't have him currently, but I already had him. And I'm a little hyper and I do speak out a lot, but I didn't the first couple of terms. I stayed quiet. But anyway, he was saying that having me for a couple hours a week was fine, but he couldn't imagine basically being employed or working with me full time would be a nightmare. But because of my like hyperactivity. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know. So like my other friend was like, that was a little harsh. I'm like, I know. Like he thinks it's funny and it was
But
funny.
is it because you're see now, is it because you're really hyper or is it because your Americanness is showing?
He compared it to a story about how a little boy he really knew and loved was just always like so hyper and excited and, you know, he had this grand personality but he had ADD. And so then when he finally got medicated and everything, he wasn't really the same child anymore, but his mother was like just so at peace because you could see like it was lifted off her shoulders. And so she was really happy, this kid, because the comparison was he was only seeing this kid for a couple hours a week where the mother was dealing with him 24/7. And so somehow I was being compared to that. I was like, luckily my husband thinks he loves my energy because that's how shit gets done. You would think an employer would want someone who's not like outburst and annoying, but you know,
if you're getting your stuff done, who cares if you're a little bit like bouncy?
I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes people don't like sitting next to me because I like shake a leg and move the table. But look how good I've been today.
Even if you were shaking your leg, I mean, honestly, like I said, in my household, that is so normal. I wouldn't even notice. I wouldn't even clock it. Actually, I probably would have clocked it, but I probably would just be like, whatever.
Yeah, but you can see I took off my shoes and I'm sitting.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, my first office job in a Boston law firm. I like closed the door and I had to review a bunch of documents. And this is when stuff was still on paper.
Yeah.
I mean, we had computers, but a lot of documents were on paper. And I can't remember if I was putting together a timeline of events. I don't know, but I had the papers all across my floor, shoes off. Yeah. Like I'm sprawled out on my office floor and there was a knock and they probably thought I was on the phone. And my boss, who was like the partner, he opened up and he's like, are you, can I come in? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just working on this. And then I like jumped up and put my high heels on and I said, I was just trying to figure this. I was apologizing. Yeah. And he goes, I don't care how you do it, what you do, shoes on, shoes off. Maybe don't take your clothes off in the office. But, I didn't have my clothes off. But he's like, of course. I don't really care if you keep creating the work product that you've given me.
Yeah.
Close your door if you have, because it was an open door policy, but the secretary sat right outside and they talked a lot and they would distract me. Yeah. So he was basically, I felt like without asking, it was the first accommodation I ever got for my learning style or
like your brain, how your brain functions.
Yeah. And I was scared that I was going to get in trouble, but he was like, no, it's cool.
That just talks about how much we have to assimilate ourselves and put ourselves in boxes all the time.
Yeah. And actually I think about that boss too, because I was dating my husband. We were just dating, and Valentine's Day, not a thing here.
Yeah.
Well, it is now with internet and stuff, but like 20 years ago, absolutely not. So I had, back then we had Skype without video, and I'm like calling my husband and whatever, we'd email. We didn't have iPhones and stuff yet.
Yeah.
So I was messaging and I was like, Valentine's is coming up and everyone in my office is going to get, if you have a boyfriend, you get flowers. So, everyone's going to get flowers. So you need to do this. And he's like, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, he had no idea. He didn't even know how to like use email before he met me. So I'm not joking. He didn't have a computer. He didn't have internet at his house here in Christchurch.
I believe it because my husband
yeah.
used to tell me that Christchurch or just in New Zealand in general was like whatever the U.S. is at, it are 20 years behind.
The internet was very slow to come here. You had to pay for it. Was so expensive, all that stuff. So he ended up getting dial-up because I was at school and I needed to do homework on the weekends at his house. And so he got dial-up. And basically, then he didn't know how to even type. He was never taught, so he had to buy a program where he could talk into his computer and it would type for him. That sounds very normal now, but back then,
it was huge.
Yeah, and it was very accurate. It picked up on his Kiwi accent. It took like 3 weeks to get his accent, and then it was really, I think back, it's actually better than my talk to text on my iPhone is now. I was like, that program was good. So anyway, he figured out, he ordered them from like 1-800-Flowers. Instead of Googling a Boston shop, like a flower shop in Boston, he goes to 1-800-Flowers.
Yep.
They get delivered on Valentine's Day. Everyone's getting their flowers. Mine come a bunch of white lilies. So everyone's getting roses and stuff. And so that same boss had come in. He's like,
someone died?
No, he goes, well, I like Andrew's style. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, funeral flowers on Valentine's Day. And I was like, I don't even think he knows that. Like this...
He probably was like, that's like middle of the road pricing.
He didn't know. I think at one point I mentioned liking lilies, to be fair.
Yeah.
There was, but I meant like the pink cute ones,
Yeah.
So
Not white lilies.
I walked out with my big funeral flowers and everyone else had their, and he goes, everyone else just has long stem roses. I mean, you are really sticking out. And so it was funny. I think about how accommodating he was for not just my learning style, but also I was young and like there were a lot of bitchy women in the office, you know? And also my original engagement ring, he bought for $400 down in New York. We went down for my graduation. I graduated from university from Boston. And then we were in New York with my parents and he was going home soon. And I'm like, well, you going to propose? Are you going to propose? He's like, I don't know. I was like, well, we can't be long distance forever. I need to like know what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, here I was planning, assertive. I mean, I pretty much made him.
Kind of like...
We go and pick the ring out together. He only had $400 left in his pocket from being there for 3 months without working because he was on a visitor's visa.
Yep.
So I remember we pick it out. They make the ring. I mean, yeah. Then he took it and he proposed to me on his very last night in America. And I knew he was going to do it because he took me out to this nice restaurant that I later found out his brother gave him a gift card to. And for anyone listening that's from New Hampshire, it was Lago, but back then it was called the Boathouse. And a girl I went to high school with was the waitress. And he went to the bathroom and I asked for ice water and I put my hand in ice water because I was like, the ring was a little tight when we got it. So I wanted to be able to slide on when he gives it to me. Yeah. So I'm icing my finger to get the swellingness out of it. He comes back and he doesn't even open the fucking box. He like slid it across the table, closed. And he's like, well, do you want this? It's the most unromantic thing I don't know why I had expectations of something grander.
My husband had proposed to me right after we had a fight, and I had to go to work like in 15 minutes. So we had this, I don't even remember what we were fighting about. He was going to propose on Christmas. So we're like 3 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
We have this fight, and then... it's over and we're apologizing. And he's like, well, do you want your Christmas present? And I thought it was going to be something cheap.
Oh my God. And it was the engagement ring?
It was the engagement ring.
Oh my God.
And he didn't ask. He had me close my eyes and he just put the ring on my finger.
Kiwis are not romantic. I mean, I haven't met one that is yet. Honest to God, even in the modern day.
My mother-in-law's story about her ex-husband, my father-in-law, the same thing. He kind of just
my father-in-law is a gentleman, but he seems to be the odd one out here. And then, and so then I had that tiny little black, I mean, it was a diamond with like a black spot in it. I mean, it was tiny. I remember driving back, oh my gosh, but like really, it was so small. And I worked in the Federal Reserve building and I got in the elevator. It's like all gold and shiny. Yeah. And all the other girls' diamond rings are like blinging off the place. There was no sparkle coming out of mine. There was no reflections. There was nothing. And this girl I worked with, she was like, I mean, that's not like your forever ring, is it? I was like, so then I start emailing. I'm like, I need to get a different ring before the wedding. I mean, it was so bad. The poor guy. I think back. And it just seemed, I was 22. It just seemed so important at the time. And the ring I wear now is my grandmother's. So, so then I got that tiny little black ring.
Yeah.
So excited. I'm graduating university. I'm having my graduation party. I got engaged the night before pretty much. And I'm like, I'm engaged. And my grandmother looked at my hand and she goes, oh boy. Well, even on your, she's like, that even looks smaller on your chubby finger or something like that. I mean, she wasn't being mean. She's lovely. She was like, I was closer to her than anyone in my whole family. Love her. But she said, don't forget, I'm leaving you my ring when I die. Yeah. And she'd already told me that before because I was always obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And then she reminded me in that moment. And it really, I was just like, I didn't want her to die, obviously. And she didn't for another like 18 years. But I don't know. I was like, oh, that makes me feel better. I'll have another one coming at some point if he doesn't replace it himself. But he did. Yeah. But yeah. So now I'll leave that. I'll give that to my daughter.
Yep.
I have 2 daughters, so one of them can have that. No one wants the $400 one. My husband actually wears it as a necklace because he's like, well, that's what you like, but a Panamu, like on a rope. So he wears his Panamu necklace, like his greenstone from his mother.
Yep. And
then he like somehow put that on there. And he goes, well, this is what you said yes to. And I was like, true. But he was never romantic. So when I expect him to be, I mean, he didn't trick me.
No. No.
Like, yeah, I knew what I was getting into. But then as we've had girls, I've taught him a little bit more. Yeah.
My daughter's not particularly she doesn't seem to like the romance. And I'm not, my husband, I think, lucked out because I'm not one that really loves that.
Yeah.
Anyway, occasionally I want to know that I'm thought of.
Yeah.
And I don't like surprises, so don't surprise me.
Okay.
But if you came home, and I don't like flowers.
Okay.
But if you came home with something I do like.
Yeah.
A blanket. A really nice cozy
a water bottle. A nice water bottle. Yeah.
Something I'd want.
Yeah. Well, now I'd probably like really nice fruit.
Fruits. You know what? A decent restaurant gift card.
Yeah.
I would be happy.
Yes.
Taking me out to dinner at this point.
Yeah.
Finding me a really good pizza shop in the area. Pepperoni.
I know.
Not these weird flavors of like chicken peri-peri sauce on pizza.
No, I haven't liked pizza here really either. I found like a gourmet Italian style pizza in Sumner, but it's like, the Italian, like it's a kind of more soft. It's wood fired. Okay, so we have to wrap up because we're going over, but what do you wish someone told you before you moved here? Like your husband's a Kiwi, so you obviously had an insight that a lot of Americans moving here don't have.
Yeah.
But maybe something he forgot to tell you because he's a guy and he's a Kiwi and...
It was different because he has friends and a life. He had a life here. You have to be comfortable with being by yourself for a really long time.
Yeah. And I struggled with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fairly introverted as a general rule, but not having a friend group.
Yeah.
Or just not even the time difference. Actually, the hardest part for me has been time difference.
Yeah.
Nothing irritates me more or makes me more sad, I should say, is when like someone texts me at 4 o'clock at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Do you get it? Do you have an alert on it?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But you see it in the morning.
I see it in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I look at the time and I know they're in the middle of their workday.
Yeah.
And I can't bother them.
You want to know what's crazy? I'm so used to that by now, and I keep my watch on American time, and I just have figured out the best times of which people, like who is who. But my best friend, when I was home for Christmas, he said the time difference was like his biggest struggle too. Like he was finding it really difficult to figure out because we would go long periods of time without talking and stuff. Yeah. And he's like, I just can't figure out the time difference. And like your downtime is my busy time and and all that stuff. And I kind of was like, I don't know. I was annoyed by the answer because I've worked it out. Yeah. But it's interesting to hear you. I'm glad that you shared that with me. Yeah. Because it's really good to get that perspective
because
of other people.
Because I'm very conscious about when I'm I have on my phone.
Yeah. The times.
Yeah. So I'm very conscious of when I'm texting.
Yeah.
And it's weird not to have that reciprocated.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, yeah.
It's weird to me that I pay attention when I'm responding or I text you.
So it's actually similar feelings. Like I've taken the effort to figure this out. Why can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, my mom messes up sometimes, but I mean, she's older and she's figured it out. She doesn't mess up often, but she knows.
One thing, if you didn't know that like our clocks changed and we're now no longer 18 hours difference. We're going to, you know, like as of Sunday, we're going to be 16 hours.
Yeah.
Like weird little things like that.
Yeah.
Because when I say 16, it's because I'm looking at East Coast time. Yeah. So,
but my mom wouldn't even call me on my New Zealand birthday. She was waiting to my American birthday. I'm like, I know, but I live here, so today's my birthday.
So like today's my dad's birthday, and I haven't wished him a happy birthday because I know he'll get weirded out
if it's a day early.
It's a day early.
Yeah, so you're waiting until
so like my birthday is the beginning of March.
Yeah,
everybody said it the day after my birthday.
Yeah, that another person told me because of like Facebook alerts or whatever. Even the people that just know it. She just moved here. Like. Probably the same time as you.
Yeah.
And she came with an 18-year-old teenager. So she has an adult son back home. And then her and her husband came with an 18-year-old. Wow. And the 18-year-old is definitely having a really, really hard time. Because he already graduated high school in America. But then it's really hard to make friends if you're not going to school. So then he enrolled in school because they let him in. But it's the end of no one was letting him into their friend group, so that was miserable. But anyway, she said no one wished her a happy birthday, and she was already feeling lonely living here. Yeah. And then she said the next day it all poured in. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, yeah. They just don't. I think they're not living it like we are.
No, and I don't, Americans, I think in general, just sort of are very, don't think about the world and like...
No,
the fact that most people don't know where New Zealand is.
I'm one of them. I mean, there's an Indian colleague of mine, and he said talking to me sometimes is really uncomfortable, was his word, uncomfortable, because I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. And I said, that is my Americanism. There are obviously many Americans who know everything going on, but very much me, no. And because it will come up about different conflicts as well. Yeah. I have another friend. I can't even remember the name of his country. It begins with an M. And he also had to break down some conflict for me the other day about religions in Hinduism and the Muslim, because my kids have a lot of Muslim friends. Yep. But they didn't have Muslim friends in New Hampshire. No. So I am accidentally feeding pork and stuff, you know? I mean... I know now, but in the beginning, there's these religious things. There's a lot that I had to learn, and luckily their friends are very patient with me, and their parents are too. But, so when I was talking to him, he also gets a little annoyed with having to explain what he thinks is very basic stuff to me. I was like, you know what? Sometimes all that really yucky stuff going on in the world, though, I do close it out because... it can be too hard it is hard to digest all the time. Yeah. And I'm trying to be upbeat and happy for my kids. And I tend to focus on the things right in front of me. As I told you earlier, if there's a child who has food insecurities, that child's getting food from me. Yeah. If there is a kid at school that needs a ride or is getting bullied, everything that's like immediate, there's enough heartache and bad stuff in our immediate faces. Yeah. Back home in New Hampshire too. You know, I volunteered with the school. There's just enough of that in my backyard. That I guess, and that's the stuff I feel like I could have a direct effect on, a direct helping hand. Yeah. So when it's in another part of the world, it's like, well, what the hell am I going to do? So then I just don't study it.
Yeah, and I definitely am one of those people that I
know everything.
I do. I'm
because you're a reader.
I'm a reader.
You read too.
And
see?
Also, I was bored a lot at work, so I would just hop on the news, and I just am just kind of. Personality-wise, like insanely curious about everything. And because I always wanted to live
in another country,
mm-hmm. Even if I didn't have a specific country in mind, I sort of just like to learn.
That's how my first guest was like that too. She knows everything about everything, and she always knew she wanted to live somewhere else. I never... I'm an adventurer and a traveler.
I was going to join the Peace Corps.
Okay, yeah.
When I finished my bachelor's degree, I was going to join the Peace Corps. And the only reason why I didn't finish the application, I had printed out. Yeah. This is 2005, 4, something like this. Okay. That's how old I am. I had to print it out, and everything had to be on paper so I could mail it. The only reason why I didn't is I had too much credit card debt.
Wow.
Because I could defer my student loans.
Okay.
And I think I was about to pay off my like small car loan.
Right.
But I had put like all of my textbooks on my credit card.
Yeah.
And
then they wouldn't accept you for that?
well, no, I just didn't mail it in because there's no way to defer. You don't get paid in the U.S. Peace Corps. You don't get paid until you're done with your 2-year tour.
Oh.
And
so what do you do for living expenses?
I think they just kind of pay. Well, you're living in a third world country.
So they pay for like your food and stuff.
Or the villagers are. Somebody's giving you food.
So, but you can't, if you have
you're not
monthly
getting-
bills at home, you can't.
There's no way to pay it. And this is how I sort of roundabout way met my husband, because I said, all right, well, I'm going to go into the Peace Corps. I need to pay off my credit card. Let me get this job at a 911 center.
Oh.
I became a dispatcher. He worked on the road as a paramedic.
Oh my gosh.
And we flirted on the radio.
Yeah. Were you like, oh my God, this Kiwi accent?
No.
No.
Accents don't do it for me.
Same. They don't well,
I mean, I can clock it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm clocking it. But this is also because my family's French Canadian. Like I'm a first generation American.
okay.
So whatever. People with a foreign accent, that's my family.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for me.
Because people in New Hampshire, not a lot of accents where we were living. And people are like, oh my gosh, that accent, that just must get you. I'm like, no, it annoys me. Because I'm like, what are you saying? I can understand now. But for the first several years, it was, what? And he was like, why do all you Americans say
what's
what?
a Kiwi word that we say as an American that they always want to correct us that you cannot stand because you feel like they're just saying it wrong?
Aluminum or Adidas?
Adidas bothers me.
Adidas. How do they say
Adidas.
it? Adidas. And then
Adidas.
aluminum is like
Aluminium.
aluminium. Yeah.
You know what really bothers me?
Which one?
Herb. Why you have to... it's French, people. Why are we pronouncing the
Okay.
H? Herb is the name for Herbert. It's the argument I give my husband all the time.
Do you know what's funny? I don't hear that. I don't hear the difference, but I say herb all the time because I drink herbal tea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an herbalist. Like there's all these things. So at one of the offices I worked at, every single time I said the word herb, they would laugh at me. Every time. I was like,
I'll die on the hill. It's a French word.
So I actually can't hear it.
You can't hear the H when people would say herb. Like they over enunciate the H. Herb. It bothers me. I'm like, that we're not talking about the man Herbert. His name is Herb.
Yeah.
You're eating herbs.
Yeah.
No H. It's silent. It's French.
I get made fun of for that one for sure.
Adidas bothered. Puma is another one.
What do they say for that?
My husband says Puma.
Oh.
It bothers me.
Yeah, I don't like that. They just say.
Oh, and then it's really funny things. Like my kids have had to correct their teachers. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure the teachers love that.
Well, because but it was an American thing. They called the Amish the Amish.
Oh, okay.
And my kids were like, no. No. And my daughter comes home yesterday. She spells out the word cicada. She goes, "How do you pronounce that?" And I was like, "Cicada." She goes, "Right."
What did they say?
Cicada.
Oh, yeah, they do. Have you noticed that their grammar's not that great? Like our age bracket, like 30s and 40s.
I don't know if I've had enough conversations with people.
Well, no, I mean, now that you're working, you'll see it in emails. Oh, except now they have AI.
Everybody uses AI.
See, that's the
thing.
So
I will say that the teachers,
AI is using English like American English.
American English.
So now that they have AI, they're not going to get called out for it. But I have seen some very educated people with very bad writing grammar, like written
writing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this lawyer that I'm friends with, she said for 2 decades they weren't taught grammar in school. So that's why.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
They pulled it out of the curriculum.
Huh. Maybe that's why
they really need AI.
Yeah.
To write for them.
Well, that's so funny because I have to, like in my job, I'm going to have to send out emails to companies to say, hey, we're changing this, platform or this program. And they were like, oh, do a first draft. And so I did. And I'm really interested in what they're going to say. I mean, I know like legally, I've got some legal language that I don't know that I need to add in. But I had someone read it and they were like, this is really good. They're like, I didn't know you were a writer. And I was like, am I? And they're like, did you use AI? And I was like, no, I don't like AI. I'm old.
I've gotten compliments for my written communication skills.
I don't think mine are that great, by the way.
No, my college roommate would probably roll over when she hears that. She had to correct everything I ever wrote. And then I came here and I'm a beautiful writer.
My husband, who struggled in school here in New Zealand, is a brilliant writer. is so good. I don't know what they were like, why they didn't like tell him that when he was like 15. Like, I'm so jealous. My daughter.
Wait, how old is your husband?
52.
Okay, mine's 52 as well. Did you know he was locked in closets here when he was in grade school? And he was caned.
My husband was caned.
Yeah. Maybe
yeah, I think
yours
he
was well behaved, but mine.
Oh, my husband was not well behaved.
Mine was caned a lot, and he probably had undiagnosed ADD.
Oh, that's where the neurospiciness is coming from. It's not from me.
They, he used to get locked in closets at like their, what I call recess. They don't call it recess here.
Yeah.
But yeah, and lots of crazy stuff. And he left school early because
my husband left school early.
That's like a thing here at that age group. It's crazy.
My husband left after 5th form.
I don't remember what 5th form is.
I think that's 10th grade.
Probably mine was similar to that too.
I think it was the first year they could possibly leave.
Yeah.
Like 15, 16.
And it was I meet all his friends and they were all like the same. But what high school did your husband go to?
Hill Morton.
Okay. Mine went to like 3 different ones because, the caning, the kicked out, the locked in closet. He just, I guess he thought he could find a different fit. But he was boys high.
Well, that's a hard school.
Kashmir and Hagley, which is like
the alternative school that now is like cool, but back then it was like
I met one
great.
of his friends who was going to Hagley for I don't know, weeks, months maybe. The guy tells me the story recently.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, one day the headmaster came up and said, well, hey, Tim, do you think you're going to actually enroll here or just keep showing up every day? He wasn't even enrolled. Oh, and I was like, okay. Back then they could go to whatever school they wanted. Like, like his dad had gone to one of the prestigious private schools, like went to Christ College. The sister went to a private school. Yeah. Like my husband could have gone to a private school, but like he wasn't suited for that.
Yeah.
But back then you could just go to whatever high school you wanted to go to. It wasn't this zoning crap that we have to deal with. And they're like double checking. Like I live one street away from Burnside, but no, it doesn't matter. My older one is, she doesn't like it.
No.
She begs.
At a Burnside?
No, she thought that was too big.
It's huge.
Yeah. She wants to go to Kashmir. That's like
we're zoned for Kashmir, so we ain't moving anywhere.
That's where we're looking. And she would happily go to Girls High as well. I just don't want my kids going to a single-sex school. Fair. Because of my experience. I liked having boys mixed with girls because when the girls are really bitchy,
you can hang out with
the boys are chill, Yep. Like, hey, come walk with me, or like they're just like there and then when the boys are doing real stupid shit, like I don't know, doing this wasn't so much in school, but they just do dumb stuff when they're teenagers. I remember one like ate a fish out of the biology fish tank or whatever, like for a $10 dare, or more like the boys are like, oh, let's go TP like toilet paper and egg houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the girls are like, that's stupid. Let's not do that. I love the voice of reason girls have, but I like the boys being there to tone down the catty bitchiness.
Yeah. Well, I think at the end of last year, so we're brand new. My daughter's like, these 2 8-year, because so the school my kids are in is a K to 8.
Okay.
So she's like, the 2 8 boys took off their shirts because they were sweaty and were chest bumping in school. And I was like, what did the teachers do? And they were like, nothing.
When my daughter started high school here at 12 years old, which was horrific for me.
Yeah.
So if I drop her off and I see these like men, like big, I'm like, I don't want you at school with these big men. And she goes, they're year 12 or year 13. But I'm like, but I don't want them in the same, like, oh my goodness. And it's been fine. Like has her friend group. She's not hanging out with those big men that I thought we're going to, she's really not that into boys yet. It was weird because I started high school 14 and a half. So it was in my innocence when I was 12 and 13, I was still very innocent. When I got to high school, I was exposed to stuff. I was still getting straight A's and playing sports. I certainly wasn't acting like my husband did. But I mean, I was going to parties and seeing stuff. And so luckily she doesn't go to parties or anything like that.
Do they party here? Do you think do you think that's a very American high school party culture?
Well, they go to like their parents' house and they're allowed to drink with a note. Did you know that? There's no minimum drinking age in New Zealand. There's a minimum.
I'm lying to my kids.
It's
I don't care.
Buying. So you have to be 18 to buy alcohol. You can drink at 2 years old legally. There is no minimum age to drink. So you can go to a house party and you take a note from your parents saying, I'm sending my daughter with 3 wine coolers. This is what she can have. And they send permission slip notes to parents' houses. And then,
I don't think I'm going to let my kids know that.
They're going to know from their friends that they were to school with.
I mean, as of right now, my kids are weirdly not into.
Well, they're
I know they're 13 and 11, but
is she in she's still in the primary school.
She's still in the primary school.
What? At 13?
She's year 8.
She just turned it. Yeah.
She just turned.
Yeah, so mine, I wish I kept her. I just put her in the grade they told me to put her in when I got here.
Same.
I wish I put her in one below, just so she could have a little bit more. She's still innocent. Like, she's not going to these parties or anything, but also
it's a matter of time.
I know.
So she's a year.
I'm becoming a helicopter parent. Like, I've actually been a very free range. Like, people that know me raising my kids would consider me pretty not hands off, but
to like an American parent who's generally like very like on top of your kids, you were kind of very much letting them.
My friends would have described me as free ranger. Yeah. Like, if they're climbing something, I'm not scared they're going to fall and get hurt. That kind of stuff.
I was like that too. And now I feel like I'm a helicopter parent because there's so much more freedom that these kids have here.
Well, the first time she was taking the bus with people, I was having a meltdown and all the other parents were like, it's normal. And I'm like stressing out. She didn't have a phone yet. So I was like, oh my God, she's going to get kidnapped. But now that's fine. But we went to Sparks in the park and she went off with some other kids. I'm like, you better be back at this blanket at nighttime because I'm not going to be able to find you and all this stuff. And then like nighttime came, like, where's she? And the other parents are like, oh my God, relax, lady, like relax. And they think I'm the helicopter. I'm like, you know what? I actually think my era now is helicopter teenage mom because bad things happen to teenagers.
Yeah.
Bad things I don't know.
But I wonder if I think it falters back to that whole like idea of like New Zealand's like 20 years behind. So it's the kind of stuff that we would have done as like teenagers that in American teenagers don't do that anymore because we've all become like slightly overprotective. Yeah. But like Kiwi parents aren't there yet. Yeah. So we look crazy, like we're crazy, but we've just been growing up with tons of anxiety because the boogeyman's going to get you.
Yeah.
And they don't have that boogeyman fear here.
My kids aren't afraid of no, they have none of that fear probably. But I don't think they're going to go. Well, they won't even go out and get the bins at nighttime at dark time. So, I mean, they're like, well, we have a garage, but you have to go out to it. Yeah. And they're like, will you come out to the garage with me if it's nighttime? So I looked at my husband like, I don't think anyone's sneaking out anytime soon because they won't even run out to the garage at night. Yeah. Because they each have a door out of their bedroom. Yeah. Like houses here, like the old ones have so many doors. So they each have doors that basically, if I was a 15-year-old, I could have been sneaking out. Yeah. I didn't really sneak out. My parents knew where I was.
My parents think I was the bad child and I was the good. As a straight A student, I had a job by 16. I was the good kid compared to my younger siblings.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have noted it. I'm the oldest.
Yeah. But they just didn't know yet.
It's just because I was mouthy.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't.
You weren't like, yeah.
I just wasn't going to take
their crap.
I think because my mom had passed away. Yeah. So my dad remarried and my stepmother and I do not get along.
Yeah.
And she just came at a bad time in my life.
Right.
Emotionally, but also just where I was age-wise.
Yeah.
And I just was like, no. And I just argued.
Yeah.
And that's why when my daughter does it to me, I'm like, okay. She's just me. And I don't think I was a bad kid. And my kid is not bad. I just can't, the sass.
Yeah.
And she's not wrong. That's the thing that gets me is that what she's telling me is that she's very honest with her feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
And so when she's like, Mom, I don't understand why you're acting like this. And then I have to take a step back and be like, I don't like being called to the carpet for doing something that when I think about it, she's 100% right. But I can't tell her she's right because I don't need more of it.
Oh, my gosh.
But, yeah.
Okay, well, cheers to raising children in Christchurch.
Yeah.
And hopefully
you get a job.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully. And hopefully you grow into one. Yours grows into something wonderful. Yeah. But, yeah, it was nice having you here today.
Thanks. I enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun.